Talk about the injury report just came out here on this Friday at 4 p.m. So we're going to go over it, concerning name on there, and some other players whom it seems like is getting better, and that's a really good thing. But before we get into today's video, if you are a Detroit Lions fan, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do it from a fan perspective as well as a former player. And Herman Moore, let's go. And let's get into the injury report right now. So Jonah Jackson, no practice. I suspect he's not going to be playing this game. I think we all have. Wait till after the bye week for him to come back. Left guard. Now look, they could put Graham Glasgow over there, or can they, as we continue this report here. David Montgomery did not practice. We know that as well. He's not going to be playing in this game on Monday night. But Frank Ragnow, no practice. Twice in a row. Calf toe. That sucks. Because we need Frank the Tank Ragnow out there on Monday Night Football, because you got Graham Glasgow, who's been playing right guard, so you'd probably have to move him to center if he couldn't play. Big V then would go to right guard, and they'd probably have Wasik over there at left guard, and that's a makeshift offensive line. We don't want that. It's very concerning for the Lions. We got to have this offensive line stout when you're going against Max Crosby and company. The Detroit Lions need to run the football, so we need this offensive line to get healthy. At what point will the Lions' first-string offensive lines be together? It's just never happening. Now it's 2 years of this. It really sucks. Injuries, this line sucks. And hopefully Frank can go on Monday night, because that one is concerning. When you're losing so many players due to injury on this offensive line, it's just going to wreck everything. We need Jared Goff to be upright. We need to run the football. We need to have this offensive line healthy. We need it to be healthy. Now, Halapoulides Vaitai was limited in practice. I expect him to play on Monday Night Football. But as we know, his injury has been years in the making. It's concerning. Benito Jones, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Jerry Jacobs all back at practice. Again, we fully expect Jerry Jacobs to be a go Monday night. That is a big positive for the Lions defense, because having him out there instead of Will Harris as a number 2 is much better, because having Will Harris up there as a number 2 is a recipe for a disaster. And that is something that we don't want to have when you're going against Devonta Adams over there from the Raiders. Last thing I want to see is their wide receivers and their offense go off, considering the fact that they're a bottom offense in the NFL, nearly 5 worse in all statistical categories: points, yards, passing, and rushing. Last thing we need is these guys to go off for the Lions there. So concerned, but we are getting healthier and healthier. Hopefully after the bye week, we are good to go. These players are rested up. We are good to go. We need these guys to be on the field. At some point, you got to have your stars out there. I do think this is a game where you could get away with not having some of those stars out there, but having 3 players in the injury report on the offensive line is not good. It's not good at all. So hopefully Frank can get in there and get healthy, because we need him out there. We need Big V out there, and Jonah is not going to be out there, but we need him for the Chargers game. We truly do. It is really, really important. Article came out talking about Jameson Williams, Jared Goff, and they're taking it slow with Jameson Williams, as we expect, and it's not learning as fast enough as we want. And we all know this, but at some point it's got to come together. Hopefully they can put a game plan around Jameson Williams. Give him the football somehow, some easy catches, something to get his confidence up. This is a great opportunity on Monday night to do so. You know, you're going against an inferior team. You have an opportunity to get JMO some reps and catches in the game. You just need to catch the football. Get him on some slants. Get him out there on some jet sweeps. If you can run the football really well, then maybe we can see another play-action deep pass, and hopefully he'll catch it. But look, is there concerns about Jameson Williams? We all are concerned about Jameson Williams. I give players 3 years. That's how long I give it. but as the time goes along, you want to see those catches. I don't really care about the suspension and the off-the-field stuff. It's about the catches to me. Can he catch the football? And he needs to do that. You want to get confidence, catch the football. So give him some easy passes to start the game off. We got to have him running by the end of the season. I think he will be really important to the Lions' success, make a playoffs, right? Like in the playoffs, you got to have that deep weapon out there to force defenses to, play off a little bit. Then he can run the football and vice versa. So we need him to get going in this game. We truly, truly do. And I think this is one of the games where you do it at. Monday Night Football against an inferior team. Jameson Williams can make some plays in there. Offense, I think, is going to do really well. I think this team's going to do a big-time rebound on Monday Night Football. I know we got blown up over in Baltimore. I know it was a rough game. It was tough. But the Lions will rebound, in my opinion. They did it against the Carolina Panthers. Did it in a really good way after we took a bad beating. And we got going because we do have some very good coordinators. Ben Johnson knows exactly what he's doing. He is a genius. Is he perfect? No, he's not, but he's really good, and I think they can rebound. Dan Campbell, the motivator. He's not the same old Lions type of coach. Love it, and AG needs to do a little bit better. A little luck. He has had some good games this year, and obviously he's had some bad ones in Seattle and Baltimore. I expect him to rebound. Jimmy Garoppolo's not Lamar Jackson. And if that's even playing, O'Connell could be playing in there as well. This offense in the Raiders is not the same type of offense in Seattle or in Baltimore. This is a bad offense. Really bad offense. And the Lions' defense has got to show out. I think they got to do for self-confidence as well. Come out there and beat them up. Dominate this game. The defensive line dominate. This secondary gets some turnovers. Jimmy Garoppolo, 8 turnovers on the year. 8 interceptions. They're -10 in the turnover differential over there in Vegas. Let's get the wins on this one. Let's get some turnovers. Let's dominate. I want it to be like the Panthers game. Straight up dominated the game. That's what I want to see. I want to see them put up some points and force their will upon the Raiders. Get that confidence going. And then you get to bye week and you can relax. The players can relax. The coaches can relax. We all can relax for a little bit and watch Sundays or Sunday on the bye week and watch what the other teams are doing and not worrying about what our team's doing because they're resting up. Because we need the rest. We need the break. It's just been brutal. It has been brutal with injuries. This team needs a rest. The players needs a rest. I cannot wait for this game to be over Monday night so they can rest up and we can finish the second half of the season the right way because they're just beat up. It's year after year of a lot of injuries, so hopefully these guys can heal up, rest up. They need it. We can go to Los Angeles Chargers and try to get a win there, on the road against Justin Herbert and that football team. It's interesting to watch here because if the Chargers lose, there's rumors that Staley could be fired. And if he's fired, guess who they play after that? That'd be the Lions. And if he gets fired and they put in a coordinator or somebody else, that person's going to try to prove it and maybe the players play harder. We've seen that when we've fired coaches here. And generally speaking, when you fire somebody who's not popular, the team really shows up the next game. We've seen it quite a bit. So we got to watch the Sunday's games. Packers and Vikings. You want the Packers to win this game to slow the Vikings down. Obviously, you want the Chargers to beat the Bears. And obviously, the Lions to win. And we got to see, what's happening for the rest of the NFC. As the seeding continues and we continue to watch this group, how does the seeding works, who's going up, who's going down. And then obviously after the game, it's the NFL trade deadline, and we're going to be live. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be live. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll be live for it. I'm going to switch my 1 o'clock to maybe to a 4 o'clock or something like that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for you to have the trade deadline. If the Lions make a move, definitely going to have videos, and we're going to be talking about it. Especially if it's a move in the secondary or at the edge position where we really need help at. So we're going to be talking about it. Perfect time for the Lions to make a trade. When you got the bye week, they can come in and get acclimated a little bit and be good to go versus the Chargers. I want them to make a move. Now, it doesn't have to be a significant move, but we should make a move. This is a team on the rise, a team that has talent, and I want to win the NFC North, and I want to win a playoff game. And that's the way it should be, folks. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors.